rapping is corny, how wrong was I? Never would have thought that 50 new songs by Nas would be hard to lie. I leave them scared like when they hear their name called, but ain't nobody there. The definition of my name probably started where I rode the E-train, fingers covered in ink stains. Writing was like an escape inside it, leave the beat flame. It was Rod, Kane, Coogee, and Chris. Few names like Cool James, Face, Cube, and Rick. That was musically sick, successful and unnatural. I throw they songs in a cyanide capsule. The truth is poison to any fraud. Demigod, rocking suits and shoes, going against any odds. How could you hate me? I survived the 80s, the D's, the trauma, embalming fluid and lace. Inhale fumes from a stove up to shows booked up. I chose to take the world over. Look up. What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Hey yo, 30 years later, Illmatic was dropped. Yeah, man, what am I doing?
Hey yo, Prim, chill. I got the rhymes, you got the beats.
Alright.
30 years later, we back in the streets, we back in the lab.
Alright then. Let's go, Nas.
It's time. It's album time. Yeah.
It's time.
It's time. Black is time.
Premiere album still gonna happen.
Chill, right on my side as my ego becomes a funky child with some words on my tongue. Feel like intake a breath and my mouth gets loose. So while I scatter my spit, I dream of juice. Have you ever rebel out the dark hallways? This place like this that made the day. I say, play the track from your record collection. It's your mix, congratulations.
Changed a lot of names, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever did it, thank you. Then just let me do it now. Come back in.
I bet you right up when we start the show, but I mean now, very close because I told you so. You know, we love because we love the place. Yeah, we be freaky and we wanna stay.
Changed a lot of names, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever did it, thank you. Then just let me do it now.
Lock and strike, so we be in that rock. Don't need you. Back to your realm, it's on. You know each other like get all our human battles. Rattle down your head to redeem.
Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to fill up Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson, Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. And off we go here from Mile High. They go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. Intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Throw, left side, complete to Pearsall. And he'll be taken down. We have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
First down. First and goal, San Francisco.
It's it. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. And he's in. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
That's his first touchdown this year. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Showing off the big legs. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Nick's next on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Catch left side is made by Higgins. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That is caught, finding Higgins. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. Nix now to throw it here on 1st down. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a 1st down to go with him. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Play action now. It's Nix. No chance at all. He'll go down. Michael Williams in for the sack. That's a baker's dozen. 13 for the year.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
From the gun, that is a run with Harvey. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, it sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Bombers.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. Nicks. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
His kick is perfect. And the Broncos are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
George Kittle was the intended target that time. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
3rd down. Purdy. He finds his big receiver. That's Jennings. 14 on the pickup. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Purdy. Finding his tight end, Farrell. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
To throw on 1st down is Purdy. He's got it at the 7. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for 1st down. 1st and goal.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Now it is 1st and goal. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the 1st quarter of play. It's the 49ers with the football to start quarter number 2 as they come up now 2nd and goal. Robinson. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. I would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 3. 3rd and goal.
Get set. Stop.
McCaffrey. And he's not going to get in. Tackled at the line. It'll bring up 4th and goal.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down. Back to throw is Nix. That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the 1st down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Ball 11. Captain.
To throw is Nix. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
At the 47-yard line.
Throwing is Nix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down. Here's Nix to throw. He goes right back to Sutton. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second down. Nix. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but They seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Nix from the gun on third down. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal. Throwing. Nix. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. Trying to get here from the 7-yard line, second down and goal. On the give, it's Harvey. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for third and goal.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
On third and goal, they'll run for it. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this.
The city just made it sweet. People diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Welcome to a news.
Here's Ryan Fitzgerald to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Now it's the man from Oregon. This is Jordan James. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Watch out! They keep it on the ground with James. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
On second down, Purdy. He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
The ability to sustain possession and continue to get new sets of down just allows more and more opportunities for those eventual chunk plays, and that's what every offense in the league is looking for. But the more first downs, the more snaps, the more opportunities.
Over the middle to Kittle.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Jawan Jennings was the intended target. And it'll be second down. To throw once more, it's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Again in the air for Purdy. Out to his right. This one is pulled in on the feet in bounds. Yes! Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, San Francisco.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Just 1 second remaining in this 1st half, and they will kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. Whoa. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this 1st half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here's James. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll motion a tight end right. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. The linebacker Jonathan Cooper on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, 49ers.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, you're able to get you down for a loss.
He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a 1st down to go with it. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Purdy now on 2nd down. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a 1st down.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down. When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line, and for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Third down. Purdy. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And he's in. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown. 49ers. That his second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 of the year.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half.
At their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Hold my set. Ready. Ready.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. That was incomplete. The defender right there to make it fight. And it's second down. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
Hold my set. Ready.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That's big Christian Wilkins in there to bring him down for his 7th sack of the year. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. Force 4th down. On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. This brought in out past the 20. And this winds up a very nice return. He's able to get up past the 40-yard line. Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. Back to throw. Purdy. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
3rd down and 6.
It's a great example of just the range that this linebacker has to be able to not only react quick enough to realize that running back was a threat to the flat, but to be able to have the speed to get there and bring him down for no gain.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. He's going to have that 1st down, gain of 6, as they convert on 3rd down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Purdy going to put it up again. That's the versatile Jordan James. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They get 22 yards there. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
And the 49ers 1st down.
Back to the air again is Purdy. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Purdy now on second down. They set up the screen to James. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. On to the fourth quarter we go, and it begins with a McCaffrey run. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Get set. What's up? Yellow.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Niners add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked up by Renardo Green.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
A run with the man from Louisville, Isaac Guerendo. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 18 yards on the pickup there. First down, 49ers.
And the 49er first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, San Francisco.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. Going the out route, Ayuk has it. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
And it'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
First down. First and goal, San Francisco.
Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be second and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up second and goal.
Get set, get set.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. Again, it'll be McCaffrey. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Third and goal.
53. 18.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And he'll take it on in. Ricky Pearsall. Touchdown, San Francisco. That his second TD catch of the season. Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Broncos 6. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
It's a loss of a yard.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's second and 11.
26-yard line.
Ready.
A run once more, that's Harvey. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
A gain of 2 brings up third and 9.
Hold my son. Ready. Ready, my son.
Back to throw is Nix. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Mix gonna throw for it. And he's gonna go down. The pressure too much. And that should wrap this one up as they have to give it up on downs.
Outside. Yellow. Yellow. Start.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on 1st down. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
It's it.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That is caught. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. And we'll get whistles and a timeout, so they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway.
36-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Here's Nix to throw. That is caught! And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. That's seemingly pretty silly with 1 second left in the game. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
Oh my God! Olay! Ready!
Here we go. One final play. And that final throw here is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Brown. Past the 40. To the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Well, they had a big hole to climb out of, and now it is even bigger. Greg, the defense was waiting for it, feasts on it, and they get to celebrate with a pick six.
Well, a very fitting way for this one to come to an end here, Mike. This has been a completely dominant defensive performance. This pick six here in the 4th quarter ends what has been a total runaway.
So, a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the 2nd half. No points allowed, and they cruised